The silent bell of Crimson Pagoda. The mountain air was crisp and thin as Master Wei stepped through the narrow valley path. Before him rose the Crimson Pagoda, its faded red paint chipped and worn by centuries of storms. The villagers nearby whispered tales of a bell that once told justice through the valley, until it fell silent one fateful night, never to ring again. Master Wei's journey was one of penance and discovery. A former warrior turned monk, he sought a place to meditate and atone for past sins. The legend of the silent bell had drawn him here, promising answers to the shadows that haunted his dreams. As he ascended the pagoda's spiraling stairs, echoes of whispered prayers mingled with the cold wind. The air thickened with the weight of unspoken stories, and the distant toll of a bell seemed just beyond hearing, a mournful sound trapped in time. At the top chamber, Master Wei discovered an ancient scroll sealed with crimson wax. Its ink was faded, but its message clear. A plea for justice from a soul wronged and forgotten. Master Wei carefully broke the crimson seal and unrolled the brittle scroll. The calligraphy told the tragic story of Elder Liang, the pagoda's guardian and a man of unwavering honor. Long ago, during the reign of the Ming dynasty, the valley was plagued by corruption and greed. Officials abused their power, leaving the villagers destitute and desperate. Elder Liang, respected for his fairness, tolled the great bell at the Crimson Pagoda to summon justice whenever wrongs were committed. But one bitter winter, a powerful magistrate named Zhao grew jealous of Liang's influence. Fearing his own misdeeds would be exposed, Zhao conspired to silence the guardian forever. On a stormy night, Zhao's men ambushed Liang as he prepared to toll the bell for a grievous injustice. They tied him within the pagoda's bell chamber and set fire to the structure, trapping him inside. The great bell remained silent, its voice stifled by smoke and flame. Though the pagoda was rebuilt, the bell never rang again. Villagers whispered that Liang's spirit lingered, bound to the silent bell, seeking justice beyond death. As Master Wei read, the chamber grew cold, and the shadows seemed to pulse with unseen energy. Suddenly, the heavy door creaked shut, and the faint toll of a bell echoed through the stone walls. Heart pounding, Wei lit a lantern and approached the massive bronze bell hanging in the center. Though aged and darkened, the bell's surface shimmered faintly as if alive. A voice whispered on the wind, "Will you hear my call?" Wei hesitated, then bowed his head. "I am here to listen and serve justice." The bell tolled again, louder now, vibrating through the chamber and into the night. The sound carried a message, echoes of betrayal, sorrow, and a plea for redemption. Days turned into weeks as Wei delved deeper into the valley's dark history. He uncovered hidden truths, corrupt officials, forgotten victims, and the secret descendants of Elder Liang seeking to reclaim their honor. One night, under a blood-red moon, Wei performed a ritual to free Liang's spirit. As the final chant faded, the bell tolled once more, clear, pure, and ringing across the valley. A figure appeared beneath the pagoda's eaves, a tall man clad in ancient robes, eyes filled with peace. Liang's spirit was finally freed, justice restored. Master Wei spent the next morning visiting the village elders, seeking stories that had been buried with time. The oldest, Madame Chen, welcomed him with wary eyes, but when he mentioned Elder Liang, her expression softened, and she invited him inside her humble home. "There are things the valley has forgotten, monk," she said, handing him a faded tapestry embroidered with crimson threads. "This is the banner of Liang's guard, a symbol of his oath to protect the innocent." Wei traced the intricate patterns, feeling the weight of history and sacrifice stitched into each fiber. Madame Chen continued. After Liang's death, his family was scattered. Some say his son vanished into the mountains, others that his daughter became a healer in the far south. But none returned to claim the bell or the justice he fought for. Determined, Wei set out to uncover the descendant's fate, his path taking him through rugged terrain and whispered rumors. In a distant village, he found an elderly man named Han, who claimed to be Liang's grandson. Han's family had suffered greatly under the magistrate Zhao's tyranny. Stripped of land and honor, we carry the guilt of silence, Han confessed, eyes heavy with grief. But it is time the truth is heard, and the wrongs avenged. Together, Wei and Han planned to confront the remaining corrupt officials who still held sway in the region. As night fell, the duo returned to the Crimson Pagoda, ready to perform a ritual that would awaken the villagers' courage. Wei struck the great bell with a resounding clang, its voice echoing like thunder across the valley. From every home, villagers emerged, eyes bright with hope and determination. The once muted bell now called them to justice, to heal the wounds that had festered for decades. As the bell's deep toll echoed through the valley, a wave of resolve swept over the villagers. Many had lived under the shadow of fear for years, but now they gathered at the pagoda steps, united by the sound that had been silent for generations. Master Wei stood beside Han, their lanterns flickering in the night. Together, they spoke of truth, justice, and reclaiming honor from the ashes of corruption. The following days saw the villagers organizing quietly yet firmly. They documented abuses, appealed to distant officials beyond Zhao's reach, and vowed to restore their community's dignity. Zhao's descendants, once secure in their power, grew restless. Rumors of rebellion spread, and tensions escalated. But the villagers, inspired by Liang's spirit and guided by Wei's wisdom, stood unyielding. One stormy evening, Zhao's men attempted to intimidate the villagers by sabotaging the pagoda. Fires flared, but the bell tower endured, its silence broken forever by the courage of those who refused to be silenced. In the final dawn light, Master Wei led a ceremony beneath the crimson-painted eaves. The great bell tolled clear and true, its sound carrying through the mountains, a symbol of redemption and the unbreakable bond between past and present. As the villagers watched, a gentle breeze stirred, and the faint outline of Elder Liang appeared, his expression peaceful, his duty fulfilled at last. Master Wei bowed deeply. May your watch bring peace to this land. With that, Liang's spirit faded into the morning light, the silent bell now a living voice of justice, forever echoing in the hearts of those who remember.